Hey guys, how you going? Welcome to Hold the Ball HTB. I hope you guys have had a good Sunday and I hope you guys are enjoying the last leg of the awesome NRL Brisbane Magic round. Look, it's been very good and it has been very poor too. There's obviously been one issue that has been shown and has probably overshadowed the whole tournament. But if you want to check out my opinions on that, please look at my last video. And also as well, find out that next year, the Magic round will be in Brisbane again. And I hope to be attending and I'll definitely want to be there, to be amongst it, to be a part of the crowd and just to soak in the atmosphere because, hey, what could be better than watching rugby league on the weekend in one place, watching the Stars play. So, yeah, it's been a great sort of a concept brought again. And I can't wait for it to continue and to happen more. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys are enjoying. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I appreciate it. I definitely get to all the comments. I enjoy engagement and I hope you guys are enjoying the content because there's more to come. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you guys know, the Warriors lost to the Eels, 18 points to 34. If you guys want to check out my preview, my sort of preview and predictions on that, go back in my other video. But yeah, in a game that I think was very, I guess, ugly. A little bit of positives here, but mainly ugly for the Warriors against a very well-polished Eels team who've only lost one game so far this year. Very good team. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the player stats, so who came first and different things. Different categories, and then I'm going to explain the team stats, sort of how we played overall, which I think gives us, the most answers. And then I want to go over some talking points as well. So let's get straight into it. The attacking meters was Roger Tuivasa-Sheck with 229. He played well. A lot of them were from kick returns, as well as when he had a positional shift as well on the attacking side of things. I thought he played well when he was sort of playing what looked to be 5'8", halfback, and probably a bit of second row on the offensive end. So no, it was good. Probably change things up a bit, and it might be something that Brown could possibly toy with. But in saying that, we'll see what happens there. Some of you will probably be against it, which I don't blame you guys for. Post-contact meters was Kid Mamalo. Again, not to be, I guess, not to be surprised by that. However, at the same time, look, it was a good and bad game. It's good in that sense that there was open space. Walsh was giving it to him, delivering beautiful ball. However, at the same time, it's like, if he was faster, what could have happened? Anyway, we had Toy Harris with the most tackles in the team with 47. I thought he played an okay game. And Lisa Amal, surprisingly, who was over at the bench, had 31 tackles with no misses. So again, those are like the first place rankings for the different categories. But yeah, no, it was good to see Lisa Amal. I thought he was okay. Like, he did sort of like the nitty-gritty work that we needed. And again, with 31 tackles and no misses, what more could you ask, right? So good on him. So now I'm going to go into the team stats, and this is where I think the answers come from. This will basically give us an overview as to why we played the way we did, I believe. So the Warriors had 15 errors to the Eels 8. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have, if the Eels had 7 less errors than us, again, we had our errors that basically, conceded, our errors resulted in tries, right? Like, 4 of our errors resulted in tries. What do you get? Penalties, we got 6 to Eels 2. Missed tackles was 32 to 40. But the tackles overall was 408 to 286. So again, massive difference of tackles there. So in the greater schemes of things, we did okay, right? But it just shows you again the amount of errors we had that basically resulted in tries. So we're our own worst enemy. What else do you want us to say? We were bad. We were not good. Eels took advantage of it. They took advantage of the way we played. Completion and possession. Now here it goes. So possession, we got 41%, and the Eels got 59%. It felt like at times during that game we were absolutely starved of the ball. Starved, and I mean just poorly starved. And the completion rate was 61% Warriors and 85% Eels. That again is a telling story. Errors, drop balls, forward passes, if you're going to make and do these silly things, what's going to happen? We're going to not get the ball, we're going to turn it over, and Eels are going to capitalize, and our defense wasn't that great as well. The scoreline tells us exactly how defensively great we were. Not that great. That first half, anyway, look, so yeah, not good at all right? So that is all team stats. Those are things to ponder about. Now we get into the meat of it, and this is the key notes that I took down, basically, as well as some stats from Ewan Aitken's return. So first of all, the first half defense I have down here was absolutely abysmal. It was just disgraceful. Literally holes right underneath the post, you know? Defense was thrown out the window. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. And I understand though they came from errors, I get it. But again, it just shows you that we cannot back it up. So why do we have so, you know, these drop balls and stuff? We can't back it up. We can't back it up clearly. That first half was absolutely just woeful. You know, it was a hefty scoreline, that's for sure. We paid the price in the first half. I believe that's literally where the loss comes from. It stemmed from there. You know, isn't it funny how from the get-go in the first half, things can happen? That's what happened to us. You know, that first half was just not great at all. Good thing we managed to score a try, you know, near their end to salvage something, but again, not good enough. Not good enough. Another key point as well is that experiment with CHT and Cody and then bringing Walsh in there. Just stop it. I personally have had enough of it. Just leave Walsh in there. Put Cody on the bench or CHT, whatever, you know. CHT had an okay game, but I mean, attacking-wise, you know, apart from doing the basics a halfback does, no offense, what else does he do? Defensively, like I said, great player, right? Missed that one tackle, which led to Jacob Arthur's debut try, him and Pompey, but I won't go there. But again, if the defensive reliability is all we have, yet we cannot turn it into points, but yet we're getting pummeled at the defense anyway. Anyway, look, if I'm the coach, I am really just looking at that and I'm examining what I'm doing, because the whole delay, right? Like the whole, when you're having those two, CHT and Cody, in the half, and then you bring Walsh in, like, say, you know, 15 minutes later or 20, that's vital time there that things could have happened, you know? Like, it's very, again, it seems like another mishap from the coach. I've yet to hear what he said in the post-conference. But again, I think the signs are there, just leave them on. Everyone keeps on talking about the defensive liability that we are. We are, yes. But I mean, just drop him back to fullback defensively. Or if not, then you put Walsh at 5'8". Leave him there. Leave him in there. Leave him alongside CHT or Coach, something. You know, just the fact, you know, but just to quickly bring it on as well. Walsh had 6 tackles and 0 misses. So again, you know, he's working on it. Just give him time, but I think he needs to be starting. Okay. Another thing as well that I took note of is the RTS movement, right? From fullback to wing to 5'8" to, he was all over the shop. I said to bring in Walsh. I said fullback, you know, when I think about it again, probably not. Just probably leave RTS at fullback, leave him there. Stop with the whole wing defensive experiment. It's not great. You know, RTS is just a fullback, a pure fullback through and through. I guess the only pity is that he doesn't sniff around the ball like Walsh does and did in this game. You know, it's beautiful to see him score a try as well. Reece Walsh, or Walshy baby as they call him. But yeah, I was just noticing that RTS, yeah, that movement, you know, the positioning, Brown putting him there, here, putting him there. I don't know. Probably got to leave him fullback and just let it be, right? And Aitken coming back, it was good to see him back. Again, he definitely closed up a lot of defensive holes we've had in past games. And his stats of 22 tackles and 2 misses speaks volumes. Sure, 2 misses on his game back, you know. It's a good thing as well. He had his stats just quickly. He had 109 meters, run meters, 46 post-contact meters, 1 offload, 1 tackle break, and as said before, 22 tackles, 2 missed tackles, and 1 error. Costly one, but I mean, I guess it just wasn't Warriors' afternoon, was it? Another one, the talking point as well, is with Wade Egan again. it seems like he is the player that has Walsh undecided, right? Because if you move him, then everything else moves, right? It's like a clog. You know, it's like when you have something that's blocking up your drain. If you move it away, then things will start flowing. I believe personally that and I'm not saying that I don't mean it in a bad way, right? But it seems like to me, Nathan Brown's undecided, because once you move him, then pieces start moving. Players start playing. Players start, sitting that reserve. Players start being in the bench. Players start moving around. So what to do with him? If we leave him a hooker, you surely just can't leave Walsh in the bench. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much confusion there. Again, experimenting, but we got to somehow get somewhere. It's getting to the nuts and bolts of it now in the season, and this loss here, right? Not good enough. Again, and it's not the losing per se, it's the effort that we put in. Like, it's the effort we put in, it's not so much the loss. Again, a few more points as well. Reece Walsh is the answer. Look, I've said it before, I'm a pro Walsh. Have him in the team, leave him there. I just touched on it before. When he came, look at the sparks, look at the runs he's made, So good to have someone of his caliber at 18 years old creating stuff. My only fear is that I just don't think we have the players who can play around that sort of creativity on the fly. Think about it. When he had the ball, when he runs, I feel like the team needs to adjust to him when he plays. We need to adjust. And CHT as well, again, it's all good and well that he can tackle and it's great, but we need someone who can attack as well like him. Hence the reason why I'm probably more in favour of Cody Nikorima and Walsh as opposed to Chanel Harris-Tavita. I would rather that combo, the Cody and Reece combo. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are surrounding that. Because I think personally, as good as CHT is defensively, again, I keep coming back to it, but I mean offensively, dry bones. Seemed like to me Cody and Walsh were the ones sparking up the attack. Anyway, last point as well. Look, overall, the second half, it was good in that sense that we scored, and hey, I was getting hopeful, right? We all do, don't we, Warrior fans, eh? They love to do it to us, eh? Hook, line, and sinker. What do you reckon? And I just thought to myself, here we go. They're going to do it, right? And they did. I suppose they sort of tricked us. No, look, reality is, it was an okay second half, but I guess from the first half, it was written on the wall, right? The writing was on the wall. Again, we can't play catch-up footy. We've just got to get it right from the kickoff, and I don't think we did. Defensively, we were so poor, very much a weak team defensively. And any team who wants to play against us will look at that, and they're going to target that. No team is going to be worried to play us unless you're the Bulldogs. Maybe Raiders, I don't know. But who else is going to be worried to play us knowing that our defense is as weak as probably in the lowest, as weak as, what? Probably weaker than Bulldogs, or probably as weak as theirs now? Last week we leaked 38 points. This week we've leaked 34. Last week we leaked 38. This week we've leaked 34. Defense. Anyway, look, overall, I'm not happy. I'm not pleased about it. The only good thing, I suppose, is Reece Walsh. And he had the highest fantasy points, by the way, in the team. Errors, drop balls, Hopefully Curran's okay. Not great at all. Hopefully he can come back. I hope NRL Physio has some good report for us. But look, overall, I think I've said it all. That's my opinion. Tell me what you think, right? I still think Mamalo is slow. Reece Walsh gave him long balls that other teams the other wingers and other teams would die for. They would kill for it, right? But Mamalo too slow. What's up with the kicking? Pompey kicking. He had Pompey had a bad game, I think. I think Mamalo, it's okay, but it's all about the execution, and it's just not there. It's not there. We're not finally polished yet. You know, and I guess it's great to see the attack looking okay. But then when you have Reece Walsh kicking it and giving it the old good banana kick, don't get me wrong, it's great to see. But I mean, it doesn't eventuate to anything. So then what? Where does that leave us? Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, again, hey, to me personally, he is arguably the greatest Warrior player of all time. In that sense of achievement, in that sense of what he's done, what he can do on a consistent basis. Probably the most consistent player I think in Warriors history is probably Simon Mannering. And then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck would be second. But I mean, some of those drop balls have been very costly. Even last week. You know, it just seems like things are getting away from us just slightly. And it feels like this is the time when we slide downhill very fast, very badly. I'm not going to talk about the game next week. I don't even know who we play. To be honest, I'm just focused on what's happened now. What happened now is not great. King Gutho, Virgo, Sivo, you know, they had a great game. Rocco Berry again, you know, rocks and diamonds, but what do you do? Overall, yeah, as I've said, not the best game. But look, that's enough of me rambling. Please like,